With this, may I invite the special guest of Sustainable Water Management Conclave Series, Sri G. Asok Kumar, Director General Namami Gange, Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India. And let's hear his vision, the man known for his water policy making in India and world over. A huge round of applause for him, please. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Good to be part of the APAC family because we started together catching the rain, and then they also grown, and the Jal Jeevan, the Jal Shakti Abhiyan catch the rain also has grown. Very nice to be here with the committed group of people from the APAC who have been spearheading this movement on water in very ways in many parts of the country. They were also a part of program when we were doing this weekly webinars, when we were doing every Saturday dialogue with DM. Almost 150 DMs and municipal commissioners were there with us when we were doing that program on every Saturdays. Basically to use technology to spread the awareness. So the theme of today's conference is awareness to technology adoption, sustainability in water sector. So awareness, a lot of things we were doing together. Very important that the awareness on water has to grow. Unfortunately, though it's very freely available, real awareness of water is very limited. Because when I used to speak to many people who are at the very top level of the pyramid of various companies and all, they were surprised to know that 85% of water in India is used in agriculture sector. Because the type of campaigns we see, type of advertisements we see in TV and all, you see drinking water tap, where 1 or 2 drops of water coming out, a leaky tap is being stopped by Amitabh Bachchan or something. So we all thought the entire water is being wasted in the drinking water sector. Whereas 85 to 89% of water in India is actually used in the agriculture sector, and which is one of the most inefficient sector of using the water. Our digital water, our water footprint is very high. Our irrigation methods, which we traditionally use, are very, very inefficient. Our crop selection is very inefficient. So there is a lot to be done in improving the water use efficiency, which Archana would have spoken to you about it. Incidentally, Archana is a very worthy successor. I've been very happy to hand it over the National Water Mission to her. She has been taking this the Piku, which we had designed as the mascot of the National Water Mission. I was telling him Pingu ko pang lag gaya, so she is now flying all over. So water usage in agriculture very badly managed, very inefficiently managed, and very politically important, sensitive topic which nobody wants to address. And that's where probably the use of technology can also come in a big way to actually meter the quality of the quantity of water which is being pumped out. Nobody knows exactly how much quantity of water is being pumped out because nobody is permitted to measure the quantity of water pumped out. It's very politically sensitive. So in fact, we wanted to know how much quantity. We are not going to charge you anything. But then they say this is a precursor, first step to charging, so no meters. No, and that's the technology part of it. No, I was just talking about the awareness part, which is one of the important theme of this conference today. So awareness, increase in awareness is very important. We had very big campaigns like Catch the Rain, where it falls, when it falls, taken up. Jal Shakti Abhiyan, which was one of the very important campaigns. And thankfully, the Prime Minister is one person who has really focusing on water, which was not the case probably a few years back, because water as a key resource for achieving the dreams of a $5 trillion economy. PM understands it, and that's why very much focus is on conservation of water and on the 3 R's which Archana would have spoken. So Archana would have spoken on the 3 R's, the reuse, reduce, reuse and recycle. So we at that time, now also are promoting the other 2 R's, that is the recharge and rejuvenation of rivers and the respect for water. So this is something which we are speaking on for quite some time. But I will take a couple of points on the various words used in the theme of the conference: awareness to technical adoption, sustainability in water and wastewater sector. So I'll try to pick up all these words one by one and try to put my thoughts onto that. Awareness, as I said, is very important. The right awareness has to be there. We probably have a lot of myths about water. We used to respect water long, but the wastage of water in India is tremendous. We have also been fed and by a lot of advertisements which cloud our thoughts. The lot of water which is rejected by the ROs. It's another big, another campaign by itself against the campaign of the advertising companies promoting ROs. A lot of water, if you see, 40 to 50% of water is rejected by RO and which we waste out. This is the water which the boats, gel boats, Delhi Gel Board or Hyderabad Water Board or Chennai Water Board, or they take it, add value to it by processing it, adding chlorine to it, adding sufficient minerals to it, and then bring it to your house at a very high cost. I was told the Bangalore water were telling they are about 95 rupees per kiloliter of water. So much of money is being added to bring that water to your house. And what you do, you put it on a RO machine and 50% of the water is rejected out. And the other is what we use. And that water incidentally also absorbs a lot of your calcium from your body and make you sick. So because the water is deficit of many vital minerals. I mean, that is a separate campaign by itself. So, but I'm trying to say is, we reject a lot of water, which could have otherwise, which could be used for probably washing the vessels, or watering the plants, or washing the vegetables, etc., etc. Multiple use of water can be taken up. So, a lot of things has to be done for increasing the awareness on water. The second important is it's the 7th water management conclave. So water management is the second word I would pick on. India, we have sufficient rainfall. All of you are aware we have good water availability in terms of numbers compared to many other countries, but what we lack is the management part. So for better water management, we need data, and that's where the technology comes in. Technology adoption had been very poor in various departments handling water. Now slowly they are coming up. Lot of innovative technologies available which can help us in monitoring the water availability and help us in taking informed decisions. We always go on a thumb rule, and if you still ask me, today also if you ask me how much is the total sewage generated in the country, because we are in the National Mission for Clean Ganga is one of the main activities which we used to do is the treatment of sewage and then ensuring that no untreated water go to the river. We still do not know how much exactly is the total sewage generated in a city. We always do a thumb rule calculation telling that so much of LPCD of water is supplied to the tanks. And as most of you are aware, you are in the water sector, you know how much is the NRW. So how much water we pump in, we know, but how much water reaches the tap and the end user, we don't know. Some say it is, the NRW is about 40%, some say it is 50%, 15%, 40%, whatever it is. Anything not less than 30% is the NRW in the country. So this much water, we say that we are pumping in this much of water, and so 80% of that will come back as sewage, and then we make the plants according for sewage treatment plants. But a lot of households in India use bore water to pump to get their the water. So that is also adding to that. So we do not know exactly how much is the sewage coming out. We do not know how much exactly is the water which is wasted. We all base it the thumb rule and then say this is what we get water. So data is very important, and that's why technology is very important to provide right data for making informed decisions. I've seen STPs being built in many places, many cities, where the utilization is hardly 10%. Classic case in Varanasi, Gautia, there is a STP which is for about I think 90 MLD. Sorry, 80 no, 80 is Ramna. Sorry, Ramna is 50, 80 is Dinapur, and this is I think it's 120. Gautia is 120. So the utilization there is about maybe 10 MLD or 15 MLD. So we have made a huge capex there and not utilized. And there are, by the side of it, we have Ramana, which is a 50 MLD STP, and it's overflowing because 100 MLD water goes there. So this is where, if you take the total thumb rule figure, said Varanasi city has so much of sewage generated and this is so much of water treatment capacity, yes, it's matching. But in 120 MLD capacity, you get 10 MLD, and in another 50 MLD capacity, we get 100 MLD. So that doesn't actually match. So getting the data is important, getting the right data is important, and getting the right information out of the data is important. That's where the technology is very important. See, we have, we just talked about that non-revenue water. Lot of water actually goes as leakage in the pipes. We still wait for this water to come up from bottom to top of the soil to tell us there's leakage here. But there are technology which are available to tell you and locate the leakage, the leakage in the pipes and then take action. हमारा अभी भी thumb rule is that ये जहाँ पानी आ गया उसी में खोदो, कहीं पे निकल जाएंगे, उसको ट्रेस करके we'll find the location of the leak. So these things have to change. There are technology available to locate the leaks, water leaks in the pipes, which we can reduce it, and we can install meters, if not in the houses. Maybe many places houses meters are there. At least at the starting of the distribution point, and say how much water is being pumped out, how much is the water at the receiving point, how much is billing done. All that can be at least taken for calculating purpose and then for remedial action. That is not happening. So we also require the quantity of water which is being supplied in the agriculture sector. So agriculture sector, in the fields we use water, nobody knows how much water is being used because it's all, some gate is opened, kitna pani jata hai, when the, this is for the surface irrigation. So the gates are closed when the farmer feels it's right. So pani chala gaya, no idea of how much is the water is used by each of the farmer. And the biggest problem now is not the surface water, which surface water irrigation, which has actually has gone a natural death because of the groundwater. Groundwater subsidies of electricity given to power. Normally, the farmers hook it onto the line and keep it, and whenever power comes, the motor starts pumping. Whenever power goes off, it stops pumping. So nobody knows how much exactly is the water being used, pumped or used. So this is again very, very important that we at least know how much water is being given. This is technology we require for water budgeting. There are places where the whole village is transformed because of water budgeting. Everybody talks about the Ralegaon Siddhi or even that Popar Powers Hiware Bazaar. A place which was totally barren, migration used to happen regularly, crimes used to happen regularly because of the poverty and incidents. Just because of proper water management, the greenery has come back, and with the greenery, The agriculture economy has come back. With the agriculture economy, people have stopped migrating. Then they have started additional income sources like milk, etc. Milch animals have come in. They do the water budgeting. How much water is required for available? How much water should be kept for drinking purposes? And then the remaining water they divide the crops. So the Gram Sabha decides, okay, this year you take paddy, you take bajra, you take no crop, or you take what crop which is the less water consuming, and they rotate it. So just because of this water management or water budgeting they have done, in the last 30 years, the Hiware Bazaar has become an oasis in Ahmednagar district. It's a very, very much visited place. So for this water management also we require data, which they were telling about the importance of technology. Customer satisfaction and transparency. Again, there are a lot of things which we can use technology to help in this thing, customer satisfaction and of course the leakages and billing, if it is done properly, attended to properly, customer satisfaction will improve. So I used to do as a MD of the water board in Hyderabad. I had a simple program for dialogue with the Dialuer MD. Every second Friday or something, I used to talk to all the consumers of the Hyderabad area. About 7-8 lakh consumers were there. They were permitted to call up and ask and air their grievances. Lo and behold, this is a very interesting way. First 3 months you've got a lot of gali, because everybody will say that you says nothing is working. But slowly when we start responding to their calls, there's a certain belief which comes in that Aliya Banda kuch karenge. And there was a time when one of the media tried to highlight some incident happened. There were these people who were telling that yes, things have improved. And when we started daily water supply in Hyderabad after 24 years, that is, we had the last daily water supply happening in Hyderabad in 1983, and when we started the daily water supply after 24 years in 2008-9, we used a lot of technology to ensure the water levels are maintained at the reservoirs, so that the upper areas get water first and then goes to lower area. What used to happen was the fellow used to, whenever the water tank gets filled up, they used to send the water to the lower area. And then you don't have sufficient water, had to go to the higher area. So higher area never used to get water. So when we had this SCADA installed, and then using the technology to look at the water levels and then decide on how to send out to each area, water distribution became very scientific and much more effective. And upper reaches people used to get water, and then the lower reaches get water, and then that was very nicely managed. So it was a very successful event where the technology had helped us in that. So that's why I said customer satisfaction can also be increased if we have used appropriate technology and talk to the people using this interactive ways of communicating with them. And also in Namame Genge, we use a lot of techniques in using technology. We have used GIS mapped information data for the river basin management and taking decisions on the interventions which we take. So all these things are very important. So the topic, as I mentioned, is very, very relevant, and it's high time that we all work together and increase awareness, adopt technology, appropriate technology. We need not to ape the technology. What technology is probably used in America or Japan or Singapore may not be useful here, because there are classic cases where we found that the sewage treatment technology of Europe, when we took it here, great fanfare, yes, but we found that the temperatures are different. The microbiological growth which they were having in their STPs, there's a cold climate and we have a high temperature here. So their microbes are Angrezi speaking microbes which may not work here. So we should know what microbes will work here, how it will be effective here. So while adopting technology, use appropriate technology. Our own based solutions are now available. India-based solutions available. So if you can use appropriate technology and use the data from them to take proper decision making, definitely the issue of water management can be addressed, and that would be the keystone for success for our dream to achieve the goal of the $5 trillion economy. And the last point I would say, the circular economy which we are talking about, National Mission for Clean Ganga have come out with a national framework for safe use of treated water. So we are, as a part of the Earth Ganga, a program which is very dear to the Prime Minister, we are now trying to make the reuse of water as a very remunerative intervention for the urban local bodies. Not only the river water, the treated water which can be used in the industries or in fields, we are tied up with the many of the NTPC projects to use this water in our in their power plants. We are also selling water to the Mathura IOCL from our STP. So that is generating a lot of money. I can give you an example where Surat is getting about 140 crores a year by selling this treated water. So this is actually, if you look at it, is a very typical Gujarati business. We ask them to pay money when we supply drinking water. उसके लिए भी पैसा लेता है. वो पानी का 80% स्वेज में जाता है. वो स्वेज पानी को ट्रीट करके फिर भी बेचते हैं, उसी से भी पैसा लेते हैं. So it's a lot of money we get out of it, and it also ensures that every time the fresh abstraction is not done, so that the water is also saved and kept for the future. So the safe use of treated water is one thing which we are now focusing on. Not only treated water, we also looking at the business opportunities for the use of sludge. The sludge which comes out of sewage is also being used for generating income, whether it's a form of natural fertilizers or whether it's a form of pavers, building bricks for etc. So a lot of things can be opportunities available, and let me tell you, this next maybe 5-6 years would be a very, very watershed moment for the water industry. So I hope that the technology, the people, the political executives and the administrators all will come together for better water management, and we get back to our glorious days of better water managed society. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri G. Asok Kumar, DG Namami Gange, Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India. As usual, whenever G. Ashok sir speaks, we all learn from him. We always get insights from him and a vision. As you rightly said, that there are issues in terms of increasing water efficiency in the country. There are issues of use of water for the agriculture, badly managed, if I can say so. And technology can be the game changer. It's happening in some parts of the world. And also, very important part he spoke about is the importance of getting critical data, getting information out of that critical data, and how to use this data. And again, technology is going to play a huge part. And he also spoke about the overall aspects of NMCG and what kind of initiatives are being undertaken by NMCG as well in terms of technology and innovation as well. Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to inform all of you that apart from my esteemed speakers, there are experts from various technical teams of various water-related ministries and agencies are present here. We also thank all of you for being part of this conference. And just to tell you, Ashok sir and Amritanshu, that APAC News Network, along with Schneider Electric, with support of Minister of Jal Shakti, National Water Mission, Namami Gange, and NIVA. Yeah. So there are two parts of this campaign, sir. The first part was creating awareness. Now we are going to the next level, where we are talking about adapting to technologies, and throughout the year we'll be organizing workshops so that the domain knowledge goes to the right person, and we can go to the next level of that. Creating awareness is one part, but how about using that technology for building that sustainable and resilient water ecosystem? Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. Can we have a group photo of you and Amritanshu together? And then we'll have a short demo session, and then I'll request all of you to join us for lunch. But can you have a group photo? I request Sangamit and Gopi to also come on stage for a group photo, please. A huge round of applause for G. Asok Kumar, and also for Amritanshu, for Archana Verma, and Hitesh Vaidya.